already told you. The show is about to start. Why do you always have to call at the most inopportune times? Or whatever, I'm hanging up. Cobra Commander is a fool, and an irritating one at that. He's always interrupting me while I'm working. I honestly don't know why I even put up with him. I mean, seriously. I would love to just get rid of him, but his grandmother does supply quite a bit of funding. Either way, Cobra Commander, go fuck yourself. Ugh. Sorry about all that nonsense. After all, tonight we're here to celebrate. We've finished the entire decade of the 1980s, ranking our top 10 picks from each year individually. And now it's time to rank the decade as a whole. Damn it, my drink is empty. Why don't you guys just watch this intro video while I go get a refill?
The check is clean, dinosaur age, doesn't matter, we leave a mark. Horror films rolling blood on screen, years and beers, live in the scene. Special flame speed, terror supreme, Middle Age members, live in the dream. Glowing guns, tales of dread, reviewing till dawn, never repent. We are the beggars, howl at the night, cold slither strikes, under the light. Fear and fun, we live for the fight, bang your society, ready to fight.
And we're back. You know, it's been a lot of fun reliving all these 80s movies with my good friends here on the panel. And all of you nice people in the chat. M3, what do you think?
M3 Reviews? That's me. Check out my eggplant, motherfuckers!
Well said, my friend. Very articulate. And what about you, Sergeant Schultz? What did you think of the 80s? Hold on a second. Before you say anything, why don't you put your helmet on? For some reason, the AI software I used to animate us today said that your face was an ethics violation and wouldn't let me use the image. So yes, let's see the shiny helmet face instead.
Yeah, so about the 80s, and the 80s were kind of like
All right, moving on. Why don't we take a look at...
yeah, Prophet, I didn't finish. Why you interrupted me?
Well, by all means, please continue.
I was gonna say that it was it was good, but you can let someone else talk.
Okay, moving on. As we ranked all of these films in their individual years, they already received a letter ranking between D and S. So today, since they already have a letter ranking, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. The categories will be greatest of all time, baby goats, almost a goat, in the vicinity of goats, not a goat but so tasty, and don't you feel like an ass. The last category is for those films that managed to reach S tier in their own years, but didn't get a single vote tonight. Let us have a look at those films right now. And with that, it's time to start the show. I would like to thank every one of you who've come and checked us out while we did this. It's been a lot of fun, and I appreciate every single view you give us. Now, let's get started. All right. From here, I'm going to go ahead and share the slideshow as per usual. And we'll get into it.
Oh, there we go.
All right. So normally I include in the thumbnail, I include a little bit of whatever movies were S tier, but all the movies were S tier and it's the final, so I figured what the hell. Do something simple and just move on from it, right? Anyways, anyone have anything to add before we get going here? Say anything to the crowd. Oh, by the way, in that little intro video there, the role of Sergeant Schultz was actually voiced by Mark Cosplay.
Shout out Mark Cosplay.
But yeah, you guys on the panel want to add anything before we get rolling here? Go ahead, M3.
Hey man, I swear that was fucking awesome, dude. I love laughing, okay, but when Curtis Schultz came on, Mark Cosplay, oh god, dude.
Yes.
Hey, but outstanding work, man. Just real quick. My son's getting into doing a lot of editing and stuff, so I know what it takes, man. And thank you, Prophet, for involving us and being a part of what you got going on in your head, man. It's fucking awesome. Thank you.
Well, thank you guys for being involved. Digital, what about you, man?
I'd just like to wish my wife, the Digital Cave Queen, happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Digital
birthday
Cave Queen.
today.
Well, happy birthday, Digital Cave Queen. Hopefully, the lump from where he hit you with the club and dragged you back to the cave heals up soon.
Yes, it's been long gone, like 20 plus years. So
Ed, anything to add down there in the bottom corner?
Yeah, a couple of things. Happy birthday, Digital Cave Queen. Tomorrow is me and my wife's 10-year wedding anniversary. So
Congratulations.
to the one I love. Yeah, she's put up with me for 10 years. God bless her. And here's to 10 more. And as a present to me, you can check out my channel, Geek Home World, where we talk film, TV, and tech. Like, share,
channel is
subscribe. It's Geek Home World. Thanks for asking. Next.
Yeah, Digital, why don't you tell everyone where they can find you while we're at?
it actually says there under my name, but in case you can't read that little bitty script down there, it's youtube.com/@digitalcaveman with 2 N's, because you don't want to leave 1 N off and end up at that other guy's stuff, because I don't know anything about him and you might not like what you find there. And I know you'll love all of my content. So make sure you add that extra N.
It comes with Luba's content.
M3?
Oh yeah, you can find me here in the garage chilling with these guys at usually at Casual Toy Chat over there, or Star Wars Squawk Box, or here on Star Wars Squawk Box. It's great.
Sergeant Schultz, anything to add?
Yeah, you can find me either up at the moon or down in the mines helping out Mr. Prophet.
Or the cemetery, it looks like.
Yeah, for the record, when he's down in the mines, he's not actually mining. He's just one of the guys that stands over the children with the whip.
No.
Yeah, as you can see here in the thumbnail, this is just M3, Sergeant Schultz, and I giving our hats off to the entire decade, because the 80s was arguably one of the best decades in cinema history.
I love that CGI where M3 has hair.
Right. Yeah, nobody knew it was under the helmet before. But getting started here, might as well jump right in. Caddyshack. Oh, by the way, Bullwinkle, he couldn't make it tonight, but we do have his picks, and thankfully he wasn't alone on any of them. But Ed, you're on Caddyshack with him. Why don't you get us started here?
It's all right.
The man's a menace. I tell you. For me, the quintessential Rodney Dangerfield film next to that is Back to School. What's not to love? This is probably one of the greatest comedies I've ever seen in my life. I could watch Caddyshack and pick it up. Not Caddyshack 2, but Caddyshack 1. I could watch it, pick it up anywhere. Chevy Chase, some of the funniest the entire cast is just a brilliant cast. It's hilarious. Rodney Dangerfield. Yeah, what can you say? I don't have a script. This is live, so it's just a fantastic masterpiece. It's definitely S tier. Help me out. What's the actor there? I can't think of his name. Right there.
Is it? No, it's not George Hamilton.
No, you're talking about the judge, right?
The judge, yeah. So hilarious. I love it. And
Was
then
it Ted Knight, I think.
Ted Knight. He's so brilliant in this. And it's so funny to watch. Chevy Chase is being smooth, as you see in the clip right there. And the golf caddy, I think McKeon was his last name. The way he sucks up to him, it's hilarious. But of course, I was younger when it came out, and the Gopher. I thought the Gopher is what sold me on the movie. And Bill Murray with Mr. Gopher playing himself in the film, and it's just hilarious. Anybody else want to jump in? Please jump in, because I've got nothing else to say.
I wanted to answer your question.
It's you know, we're gonna pretty much keep it to just the people who you know, pick the film or whatever.
The movies.
I will say that it's a very nice hat. I bet you get a free bowl of soup with it. And the world needs ditch diggers too.
It's all right.
But I'm sure if Bullwinkle were here, he'd have some things to add. But he's not. He had something come up and couldn't make it, sadly. But we're gonna move on without him. And Caddyshack was picked by two people, and therefore Caddyshack, it's in the vicinity of Goats. It's there on the farm. Moving on, the next one on the list, The Empire Strikes Back.
Never heard of it.
Can you guys guess? Yes, of course. It's
Yes.
So anyways, this movie, you know, the best Star Wars film of the franchise in the opinions of 90% of Star Wars fans, probably. Directed by Irvin Kershner. Fantastic film. Written very well. Great dialogue. Great cinematography. Making us fall in love with a puppet like never before. No offense, Sam Newsman. But Yoda's just a little more iconic than you. Yeah, this movie it stands the test of time. There'll probably never be another one like it. And Digital, what do you think?
It's a classic, and it doesn't matter which version of it you watch, whether it's the original theatrical cut, which of course you can't find anymore, or more likely the special editions these days. But it doesn't matter, because this is still a classic. It still holds up, even the special effects for the most part. Now, if you're watching like an old VHS theatrical cut of it, yeah, there's some things in there that you can see that you weren't intended to see, like the squares around the ships and stuff like that. But, you know, when they were filming these movies, they never intended for them to be watched at home. You know, that it was the intent of, okay, people will only see it in theaters, because nobody really knew at the time that the home video market was going to take off. But again, you know, everything, like you said, Prophet, everything about this movie holds up still to this day. And, you know, this movie is what, to me, made Darth Vader the most badass villain in all of Star Wars forever. Because, you know, you don't get more evil than all the things he did. And then at the end, you know, pulling the ultimate evil card and spoiler alert, saying, "I am your father." So with that, I'll leave maybe one or two tidbits for other people to talk about.
Thank you. Yeah, and unlike Darth Vader to Luke, I will say, Ed, I am absolutely not your father.
You whiny little bitch.
You know, that clears up a lot of things now. And how fitting that this is on our. Obviously, this is a no-brainer that this film would be on this important show, the top films of the 1980s, because George Lucas made his very first appearance ever at Comic-Con this weekend. He's promoting the new Star Wars museum in LA. That's, I think, going to be 2020.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I think it's going to open in 2028. And you were saying, Curtis?
It's going to be shaped like Queen Padme's chrome ship.
For real?
The one from episode 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Royal
Yep.
Starship.
It's supposed to be, that building's supposed to be shaped like that somehow.
I like that. And I'll make it real brief. My thoughts about this film, it's obviously a masterpiece. It is the blueprint of how to make a second film in a trilogy, which is now 6 films or 9 if you count Disney, Star Wars. But this film, this sophomore film, improved upon the original, which probably most people didn't think was possible. It's just a masterpiece. And whenever George Lucas does a film, he's pushing sound, he's pushing the visuals, the technology. So many things came out of just the success of the Star Wars films, the original trilogy, and George Lucas did it better than everybody. And this film will never be topped. And every other film gets compared to this film when you're saying, best of in your trilogy or whatever. So it's a masterpiece. It's an important part of my life 55 years later, and it's 50 whatever plus years it still holds up. Yes, some of the CGI a little bit, but it's still better than most. And it's all about story, and it's got the best story. All right, next person. Thank you.
Yeah, so Curtis, I'm not your father either, but I am your brother's, sister's, cousin's, uncle's former roommate.
Oh man, this film I went to see with my grandfather, right? So like it has that special thing too. But the films, the cinema, whatever film they use to shoot that movie is different than most movies. It's got like a different color tint to it, and it makes the movie pop out so much more. The Battle of Hoth, I was just amazed by that as a kid. I was just like, wow, And then, of course, you find out, like you said, that Vader's the father. But just before that, while they're in Hoth, Leia and Luke kiss, and then later on you find out, they're brother and sister. So it's like, whoa. But that's like the changes that like George Lucas would do, because at the time he wasn't going in that direction, but before halfway through the filming, he goes, I'm gonna make Darth Vader the father. So I mean, it's a great film. It's full of action. That's about that, because everybody else pretty much went over everything. Oh, we got to meet Boba Fett for the first time. Well, basically the second time, but first time in actual person.
Right. Yeah, we got to watch him stand around, sneak in the garbage, and then snitch like a little rat. Yeah, so M3, I might be your father.
That'd be great. Shut up, Mom. Hey, hey, this film right here could be watched today, and you wouldn't even want CGI involved in it. When somebody got him later and threw some CGI stuff in the trilogy, I didn't really mind it, but like seeing like Jabba walk with Han Solo, kind of not my thing. The band playing, I know these movies kind of collide in my head, all three together, but this one for sure, as well as all of them. I could watch it today and not complain about the real animatronics being used, the real people being inside the suits for R2D2, and C3PO. Everything was great, and so that's what really brings me to like all these movies. Is they were untouched. Before they were untouched was like to me the perfection of using animatronics and all real life props is what I'm getting at. It's pretty cool.
Models and stop animation. And all
I
that.
think the term you're looking for is practical effects.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's all I got to say. But it's a great flick, man. I'm glad I added it, and I'm glad it made it here.
Nice. And just to address something Curtis said, I've been listening to people complain about the borderline incestual kiss between Luke and Leia in Empire Strikes Back. And look, she only kissed him to make Han jealous. There was no feeling behind that for her and him. And then at the end of the movie, when she kisses him out again, it's on the forehead, like a mother kissing her son when he's sick or something. Totally platonic. So let's stop with the incest jokes, even though I myself have made them in the past. Whatever. But M3. Before we move on, let me just go ahead and say yes, it's our first GOAT on the list. And M3, why don't you address the chat before we move on?
Hell yeah, brother. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for stopping in. Deadman1 is here. Mr. Rob78 is here. What up, Rob? Toy Mercs with no space between Toy and Merc. We got Frank Dumont. Thanks, Frank. And then all of us are here. And Savannah on Film. Shout out Savannah on Film. Thanks for being here as well. Coming up. And Casual was here earlier. Not sure if he's here now or if he pops in later. But thanks, everybody, for coming in. Greatly appreciated. Prophet did a great job.
Fantastic. Thank you, sir. Thank you, M3. Next on the list, The Shining. Picked by M3. M3, you are taking a trip to the Overlook Hotel all by yourself today. Go ahead, my friend.
This one right here was Jack Nicholson. To me, one of the just awesome. The only thing I saw of Jack Nicholson before this was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He's got crazy eyes, and he will always have that with me. This movie right here is just he gets basically I believe it's like a possession kind of thing. He's in his own mind. Some of the stuff happens, some of the stuff doesn't happen. I really like a couple movies that kind of bring this movie aspect into it, like Ready Player One. One of the main scenes, in order to find a key, they go to the Overlook Hotel. Stanley Kubrick is the curator of this one, or the director. They did really good. Super creepy. The two twin girls in the hallway, when because I'm that kid's age right there when this came out, and I'm like, whoa, that was pretty fucking crazy, and really a scary movie. It didn't scare me like, oh my god, but it scared me. It left some good impressions on some crazy aspects of when you get faced with haunted house. The whole haunted house thing is pretty cool. The blood coming out of the hallway or the elevator. Holy shit, dude! When I saw that when I was a kid, I was like, what the fuck? These people are screwed, man. And again, with Jack Nicholson, he did great. Good movie. See it if you haven't seen it.
Hey, you got to talk about the moon
from The Shining that are the reason for M3's doll obsession.
Yes.
M3. Are you going to talk about the moon Easter eggs on her?
The moon what?
Moon landing Easter eggs.
Oh yeah,
no.
Right. Another show. I was gonna bring it up, Kurt, but
it's not a goat, but it's tasty. Next on the list, Raiders of the Lost Ark, picked by Digital Ed and myself. Really surprised more people didn't pick this. Ed, why don't you start us out?
What's not to love about this film? If there was no Star Wars, there'd be no Indiana Jones. If there were no George Lucas, there'd be none of it. Spielberg would be like, what? But what a fantastic film. Now, which one is this? I always get them confused. Is this Raiders?
This is Raiders.
Raiders, thank you. Caveman, please jump in here at any point if I say something
Oh,
incorrect.
I will when it's my turn, but yes, I'll correct
Okay.
you if need be.
Thank you. He's my editor.
I live to correct you.
There's a lot to correct. It's a fantastic film. Some of the 80s explosions, like the airplane exploding, different things like that, look very dated. Some of the CGI just doesn't work out, but it's not a film about CGI. It's just a great film, and it makes
Correction
you.
number one: there was no CGI in this.
That was the next film, right? That was Temple of Doom. See, I shouldn't have done this. Anyway, I love the film overall, and this is live. It's unscripted. I don't know what to say other than it's a masterpiece. It's going to be hard for me to like talk about these films. It's kind of like talking about stuff you talk about all the time, but you love it so much. It's hard to find exactly what you want to talk about because I'm kind of overwhelmed by the choice of this film as well, because everything about it is just perfect. I can watch this film any day. It's another one of these films. And to get to be top of the 80s, to even be on this show, every S tier film is pretty awesome. There's like no losers among the group here. And this certainly is at the top of the heap for me. I totally love it. That's all I got to
Digital.
say.
There's a ball rolling at you. Tell us what you thought of the film. You're muted, sir.
We can't hear you. Unmute. I will talk for him. It was a good film. I liked it. It did very well.
Am I back on now? I don't know.
Yes, now we can hear you. Go ahead, man.
Difficulties tonight. So, like Empire Strikes Back was an example of the sequel being better than the first one. This is one of those where the first one it's hard to beat, and I don't think they ever will at this point. The Last Crusade came pretty close, but this one, it's just, I don't know. It has the right mix of elements. I remember going to the theater and watching this movie, and at 3 points during the movie, I thought the movie was over. And nope, here comes some more. So, it was just a great, great film and a great ride to see in the theater. And it's almost like, to me, it was the movie that never stopped giving. And, you had classic archetype hero and villains, and, just, I can't find any fault in this movie. And just remember, at the end, close your eyes.
Yeah, see, I agree. This movie is damn near perfect. Every effect in this thing, including the melting faces at the end, are practical effects. That airplane explosion when he's fighting the big giant bald dude with the mustache, they actually blew that plane up. That's a real explosion, no CGI whatsoever. The Well of Souls scene with Marion and like everything in this movie is this is what should be shown in film schools when they're asked, what is a adventure film. This is an adventure film that all other adventure films will forever be measured against. Harrison Ford, so glad that they didn't get their first choice, because there's no way Tom Selleck would have done a better job. You got to give credit to John Williams, of course, for the score. He easily dominated the 80s as the number one composer for the entire decade. And Spielberg, like, come on, man. This was during a time in Spielberg's career where he couldn't miss. Like, he wasn't having fastballs thrown at him. He was playing T-ball. Like, there was zero missing for Spielberg in the 80s. But yeah, this movie is one of my all-time favorites. This movie would get picked by me if we were doing an all-time list. This wouldn't just be in my S rank for the 80s. It'd be in my S rank for forever. And I'm really surprised that only 3 of us picked it. But since only 3 of us picked it, it's almost a GOAT. Similar species, little more wool, but not quite. Next on the list, Superman 2, picked by Digital and Ed. Digital, why don't you start us off and tell us, do you really believe a man can fly?
At the time I did. And the effects in this one, although, you can tell that, how they did it, to me, they still hold up. And, were there some issues with this film? Yes. Was there a lot of drama going on behind the scenes during the filming of a lot of this? Oh, yeah. Because Richard Donner and the Salkinds did not see eye to eye on anything. They were filming a lot of Superman 2, in case some of you out there don't know, was filmed at the same time as Superman the movie. And the idea was to get all the filming done for 2 movies at one time, and then get the first one edited and then work on the second one for a couple of years. But because of differences between the director and the producers, that's not what happened. Everything was running over budget. So they made the decision to just concentrate on Superman the movie, and then they'd come back and do pickups or whatever for Superman 2. And for those of you who have never seen the Donner cut of Superman 2, it's worth a watch. Now, I don't like the way that they end that one, but I love the way that they start it, and the original idea of when Lex Luthor launches the missiles in Superman 1 and Superman throws one off into space. Well, in the Donner cut, that missile spins out into space, it explodes, and that's what opens up the Phantom Zone. And at the end of the movie, it was supposed to show, at the end of Superman the movie, it was supposed to show, the 3 supervillains headed toward Earth. But again, that didn't happen. But I won't say I like the Donner cut more than the theatrical cut. I've watched the theatrical cut a bazillion times, and it's the first time on film you get to see Superman take on people with actual superpowers. In the first movie, he takes on Lex Luthor, which I guess you could say he's super intelligent, but that's not really a superpower, I don't suppose. But I could go on and on and about this. So Ed, I'll let you get some in there.
Thank you.
Maybe.
Yeah. This I was. What year was this? 1980.
82.
80. 78. I think it was 80.
82.
I don't know.
No,
Was
it was
82?
82.
No, actually, it's 81. It says right there at the top.
Oh,
it
sure
does say
does.
that right
Very
there.
small print.
We'll split the difference.
These movies are in order of
Release date. Okay.
The years
Ooh.
we're doing them in order of a release here.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so yeah, 81. I was 11 when I saw this, and when I saw the first Superman, I did believe a man could fly, and like Caveman so brilliantly said, for the longest time, this was our superhero movie.
Fly
it was
right at you.
this, and Superman 2 was definitely, I know, Christopher Reeve, a great Superman. The greatest, yes. I will give some love to James Gunn's new Superman film with David Corn Sweat. It's not Corn Sweat. I wish there should be a drinking game every time somebody mispronounces his name when they say Corn Sweat instead of Corn Sweat. But anyway, it's a fun movie. It's a different type of Superman. But for Superman 2, to piggyback off what Caveman said, for me, having three super powered people, the same powers as Superman, was amazing. The idea is like triple the threat. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen here? The Donner cut, I love the Donner cut, but like the rest of us, I probably saw the theatrical more. It's probably more embedded. There's so many scenes. I already know, like Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back. I already know, I almost know the whole script of this film. You know, it's like, and I know I had my action figures. My Superman was flying around. He was, fighting alongside Batman, Green Lantern, and all, the things that we still hold, 40, 50 years down the road. I'm looking at some of the collectibles that I have here. And, this really gave me a love for my superheroes. Superman's my favorite superhero. And he's better than Batman, even though Batman is the best superhero, right? I just love it. I just love the character. I love that he stands up for truth, justice, and the American way, and all that other stuff, however they want to put it. But for me, this is a quintessential Superman film. As much as I like the first Superman film, I really love this film, and it's great. The effects, they still hold up, like Caveman said, but you can see how they did it, and you can see they don't hold up, but they still kind of hold up, if you know what I mean. So it's a fantastic film. I love it. It's great.
It still makes me believe a man can fly.
It does. It does.
And incidentally, corn sweats are what happen when you eat too many hard shell tacos.
It probably does.
But this movie was picked by 2, so it's in the vicinity of goats. Next on the list, Conan the Barbarian, picked by only me. The rest of you are crazy. Anyways, Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is people say that the Terminator is the movie that made him a star, but he wouldn't have been the Terminator without this movie. He could barely speak English, and yet every line is delivered memorably. The story on this is fantastic. You can't have a better villain than James Earl Jones. Just ask George Lucas. And well, unlike the last movie, this one wasn't scored by John Williams, but you're going to see John Williams a lot tonight. But yeah, this movie, Subotai, a surfer friend of the director. You can't, Valeria, like, what a great addition to this film. It's Frank Frazetta, like, not brought to life per se, but interpreted very well. I love this film. I can't believe I'm the only one that picked it. His transformation into a snake, holds up today. Unlike anything in the second Conan movie, none of that holds up at all, like at all. But Arnold killed it in this film. This movie, I believe, Dino De Laurentiis was it that directed it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, they were the producers, the De Laurentiises.
Right. This, I can't believe I'm the only one that picked it, to be honest. And Max von Sydow is the king. Lions ate him. Fantastic.
I like to say, as much as I love fantasy and sword and sorcery, and the fact that I did not pick Conan the Barbarian just goes to show how many great movies were in this decade.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why I forgive it. If we were in the 82 year and I was the only one that picked this, I think I would have quit the show. I think we would have only done those first 2 episodes because, like, that would have been the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's understandable, and at least it's not an ass. It's not a goat, but it's tasty. Anyways, moving on. First Blood, picked by M3. M3, you're on your own here. Why don't you tell us how much you love Stallone's muscle?
Hey, so Dead Man 1, Now, look, okay, hopefully I could redeem myself with you and become your friend again because, come on, man, Rambo. Now, first entrance scene right here when he walks in, my last name is mentioned when he goes to talk to the woman and be like, hey, I'm looking for blah, 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 Ortega. And I'm like, yes, dude, my last name is in this. And even as a kid, that struck a bell with me. And I used to really despise cops. Now I am totally, back to blue as an adult, right? But this guy just going into this town and, getting fucked with right away. He just wants to get a fucking burger and leave, but they fuck with him right away, dude. This motherfucker right there doing all the stuff. Well, he gets his fucking his comeback when he's up and he runs up in the fucking hills and does all of his Green Beret fucking shit. And hey, don't fuck with a man that is John Rambo. This guy will fucking hurt you. I'm glad they went all the way to Rambo First Blood Part 5. Great movies, all of them. They got a little bit of fucking, exaggerated in the other ones, but this one right here was the epitome of the 80s, dude. If you weren't a kid and you didn't tie a fucking a bandana around your head and run around the fucking creek like Rambo, oh, man, you ain't no kid, man. This shit was great. Rambo First Blood was just an outstanding movie. Again, no CGI, all practical. The events that took place in the forest, from killing the boar, surviving, going through everything, going into town, getting the fucking end, the end where he just blows everything up. That whole gun store goes up in smoke, dude. This movie's great. I highly recommend it. We'll always watch it, probably once every 2 years. It's a good movie. The good cast. And Rambo, apparently he wrote this, Sylvester Stallone, and he thought it was going to fail, but it ended up being an icon. And I thought that was pretty cool to understand too. I think he was going to pull it off and say, nah, never mind. Let's not go through with it. It's kind of fucking this and that, but ended up going through. And I'm glad they did. It's a great movie. Great movie.
Yes, he did, man.
Yeah, and I have to say, M3, I give you significant credit here. I mean, you put a movie on your list with 0 boobs in it.
No
except Stallone's.
His booty. Yeah, he got his booty in the shower.
But M3 was the only one who found room on his list for this, so it's also not a goat, but so tasty. M3, why don't you address the chat before we move on?
Oh, yes, Dead Man 1 is here. What's up, Dead Man 1? Thanks for coming in, man. And Rob78 still here. He said 100% Rambo says, fuck around and find out. 100%, dude. And Dead Man says, how can you even talk to these jokers? I can't believe it. He's a big Conan fan, apparently, Prophet, so he was giving you some props and giving us some shade, some salt. He said, what the fuck? But
right. I saw Dead Man said he couldn't believe no one else picked it as well. So
yeah. And earlier, about 20 minutes ago, Destro's Dungeon came in. What's up, Destro's Dungeon? If you're here or not, thank you for stopping by, man. But that's it. Good for chat.
I just want to ask because I know digital, you're simultaneously streaming this on your channel as well, aren't you?
What's that?
Are you also streaming this on your channel right now?
Yes, I am.
Do you have anyone in your chat that you'd like to address?
They should all be showing up.
They all show up on this
on the
one.
main chat in StreamYard. They all show up there. So
yeah.
Then clearly I don't know how things work, and I will just move on.
I just want to say something real quick to the chat. Chat, M3 is not gay, but $20 is $20. So.
Right, and M3 is also because Bull isn't here, the only one to represent A Christmas Story tonight. So go ahead again, M3.
What?
Okay. So Christmas Story. When I watched this when it first came out, I didn't even watch it when it first came out. I mean, I was probably 11 or 12 when I first saw it. I just watch it every year. I can't say anything else about how funny it is. And it just everything that this kid goes through, it's almost like me. It's like a meme in itself, right? The whole thing. They've got memes of this, memes in it. It's just iconic. The bullies when little Ralphie gets soap in his mouth. It's just a little story of a kid that finally gets what he wants for Christmas. And I've done the Christmas list. My mom was shout out my mom. She's always been really good to me. She was the one that went out for Christmas and provided presents. My dad was the money maker, and my mom, she getting at. I feel this kid's pain. I feel him. I really wanted some, certain things, and my mom was able to pick up on little things. Transformers, my Turbo Train, man. I'm glad that this movie's out, and I am not even lying. For the last, since it's been out, since I started watching it, I've watched it every single year. I put it on playback on my TV on Christmas. A couple years I've done that. It just recycles itself, plays it again. No, I have some favorite parts, but just looking at watching the scenes here go by, I love it. The Pompous dogs, dude. The turkey, they go out. Okay, the turkey gets fucked up, man. It just brings back a lot of good memories, and that's all this movie is to me, is great memories, And my sisters love it. My family loves it. We all watch it. My sister Helena, shout out Helena, she could quote hella lines in this thing, dude. Super good movie. And part 2, they did really good with part 2, which Ralphie's a 40-year-old man at this point. Christmas Story, highly suggested during Christmas time. It's great.
Yeah, I watched it. I enjoyed it. Curtis, you looked like you wanted to say something. And since Bull isn't here, I'm going to break protocol and let you say a piece about this film. But first, go get the Bumpus Hounds out of your kitchen.
The Bumpers. Yeah, this was a great movie. I saw this with my friends and his family when it came out at the movie theater. And I saw it in the movie theater. But yeah, this was great. Just, it's almost like it connects with people who are kind of on the poor side, like it's like everyday people. So that's what I liked about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The working man.
Don't interrupt. I'm not done.
I would go ahead and let you keep going, Curtis, but I'm worried you're going to shoot your eye out. But this is picked by 2 people, therefore it's in the vicinity of goats.
And
next on the list, Return of the Jedi. And naturally, all of us are going to get to talk about this, except for M3, who didn't pick it.
Loser.
Not sure why M3 didn't pick it, but he didn't. And Digital, I think you probably have most. Oh no, wait a minute, Curtis, you have the most Star Wars merchandise, I think. Why don't you start us off, since you've given Lucasfilms the most money?
Yeah, Return of the Jedi, it was great the way it picked up, where Empire left off, and you learn a lot more stuff in this one. And the thing is you can tell, like, Lucasfilms practical effects and technology is advancing in this one. I have the actual theatrical version compared to what we see now, which it's all right. But yeah, like, it's just the whole thing puts everything together, and it's a great ending to a trilogy, I think. So whoever's next, go, because there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, go ahead, Digital.
The Jedi is probably my least favorite of the original trilogy, because I felt like it even as a kid seeing it, I'm like, why are they doing the Death Star again? They already did that. Why are they going back to Tatooine? They already did that. So, I always thought that it was, had too many similar things to the first movie going on. And it's not to say that I don't love this movie, because who doesn't like thinking about why the Ewoks hated the Empire so much? It was because they were using them as target practice. And even though they couldn't hit any of the Ewoks during target practice, it still kind of pissed the Ewoks off. And so that's why they were so mad at them. But, just like Curtis was talking about, the effects, it feels like not a super leap from Empire to Return of the Jedi, but you can tell things have progressed. I mean, you look at what they did in Empire with, the Wampa snow monster, and then what they did with the Rancor in Return of the Jedi, and there's a lot going on there. Of course, one's a dude in a suit, and one is a puppet. But still, I mean, going to see this in the theater, and you see like Jabba the Hutt for the first time, and you see the Rancor for the first time, and then we get to see the Emperor for the first time. Really, I mean, yeah, he was in that hologram in Empire, but that doesn't really count because it was just a hologram. So
And
we
it
actually
wasn't
get
Ian
to see
McDermott.
the most evil boss of the most evil dude in the galaxy. And we get to see what kind of shrewd planner that the Emperor actually is, that he set all this up to wipe the rebels out completely. And of course, who can forget Admiral Akbar? It's a trap. And then I'll leave some other things for other people to say.
Yeah.
I've talked
Well,
long enough.
what I'll say is I'll address one thing that you said. They did go back to Tatooine, but the first time they went to Tatooine, we got to watch R2 and C-3PO walk through the desert for 10 minutes, and this time we got to watch Luke wipe out Jabba's entire force and the Sarlacc pit. So, the much better the second trip. to
Oh
Tatooine.
yeah. Second trip was always better.
But again, John Williams here once again. And I'm just going to mention one little thing that I really, one little good piece of writing that was a nice callback to the previous film in this. Because in Empire Strikes Back, when Han's about to be put in the carbon freeze, Leia says, "I love you." And Harrison Ford ad-libs, "I know." And it stayed in the film. And
that was an Empire.
Went back to it in this one. Because when they're outside the Imperial bunker on Endor, and the stormtroopers get the drop on them, Leia's got her gun ready, and Han tells her he loves it, and she says, "I know." So he gets to come back to it. I was about to pass it off to Ed, but it looks like he's left.
His camera followed him. I saw your booty, Ed.
But this movie, again, not as good as Empire Strikes Back, in my opinion. But I do think it holds up very well. The speeder bike chase on Endor is very exhilarating. I like Lando and Wedge's run at the Death Star better than the original one in a lot of ways. I mean, the original one's always going to be more memorable. It was the first time. It's always going to be more iconic with Ben and Luke's ear. But getting to see like the guts of a Death Star, the way we got to see them as the ships flew through it, was you could see all that industrial portion where the construction crew works and all of that mess. You know what I mean? Those men that got killed just for being there. Anyways, Ed, go ahead.
So this is a great film. It's before the other films. The original trilogy is still the best, and this is one of my favorite figures here. I hope it's showing up well. It's funny, it looks blue. His lightsaber looks blue on there. I don't know why.
Hold on 1 second real quick. Here we go.
Oh, I just realized. Oh, you know what? I've got my background on.
Your green screen on, don't you?
My green screen is on. I do. Well, just pretend my green screen's not on. That's why it's acting funny. But Luke, and then I've been putting together some of my posters, and I have this, and this is for the chat.
Well, that's a nice poster. I like that one.
Revenge of the Jedi. So
yes.
And we all know that.
Is that one poster or is it 4 posters?
No, it's just one poster. Well, this one, just my collage. This is the original poster for the 3D of episode 1 that was going to come out. They were going to redo them all in 3D. And then Lucas sold Star Wars, and it all went south from there. And there's Revenge of the Jedi. This is just a printed out right here. I'm sorry for the glare. And I need to turn my green screen off, but this is the printout from a printer of Return of the Jedi, the 40th anniversary that was a couple years back poster. Give me 1 second. Let me just turn off my virtual background thing here. Okay, boom.
Was there anything
There
you
we go.
actually wanted to say about Return of the Jedi?
I do. Yeah, well, I'm actually showing it right here because there's a little. The 40th anniversary came out, and I got to go see that. I think in theaters, and it was awesome. So that's kind of cool. But I just wanted to show you that, and I love the film. The film was great, and the reason I showed this version of Luke Skywalker is because, and this is the 1997 special edition version. This is the Luke Skywalker. Kathleen Kennedy that we wanted to see. This is the Luke Skywalker. Okay, he's not some guy drinking blue milk on a as a hermit. He is going to show up with his laser sword and make things right. This guy stands for good, and he always will. And this is how you make $1 billion. You follow what George Lucas, the maker, created, and then you'll have a successful rest of your life. But Luke Skywalker is such a hero to a lot of people, and growing up, he was around I was 13 when this came out, and it was so cool. We're like, is he turning to the dark side because he's wearing black? Luke was always wearing white, on his hero's journey, and then he shows up here and he's so badass. And we didn't even get to see the whole spectacle of what could have been with Luke Skywalker, but I love this film for how Luke is portrayed, and you see the arc of his character, and you see the Luke Skywalker that we all know and love. And so Return of the Jedi, it's fantastic that it's on this list. Thank you.
It is on everyone but M3's list, but 5 votes still makes it a GOAT. Next up, another S-tier film. And this one, even M3 picked it. So, M3, we'll let you start this time. Go ahead.
Man, what a great movie. One of the best scenes was when Dan Aykroyd was laying in bed and that ghost came up, pulled off his belt.
How did I know you were going to mention the ghost blowjob?
Yes.
He got a ghost blowjob, dude. Oh, God. So good. The music, perfect.
Do I dare ask, do you wonder what that feels like?
Yeah.
Of course he does.
We call it a ghosty over here, okay? But perfect. I'll let anybody else go because I can go off on this thing. I'd like to throw a little comic relief in there, but perfect film. Perfect. Go ahead, anybody else.
Yeah, this movie's definitely, in my opinion, in the conversation for best of the decade. Right up there with Empire Strikes Back and Batman and Back to the Future, like just in the argument for the best of the whole decade. This couldn't have been a better cast movie, but as some of you know from behind the scenes information, it could have been a worse cast movie, but it wasn't, thank God. Eddie Murphy was busy with Beverly Hills Cop. Otherwise, this might have just been another Eddie Murphy movie,
Right.
Because, back then, Eddie Murphy wasn't playing second fiddle to anybody. If he was there, he was the headliner.
Mm-hmm.
But Bill Murray, being the comic, the large portion sarcastic comic relief, was able to share the screen with the rest of the Ghostbusters. And they really worked as a quartet and not as a, single star-led piece. So I'm excellently happy that they went the way they did. Bill Murray, hilarious. Dan Aykroyd, hilarious. Harold Ramis, hilarious. Ernie Hudson, hilarious. Like they're every single one of them is fantastic. I still don't understand why Bill Murray was so hung up on Sigourney Weaver. I don't really find her attractive. That's just me. I knew M3 was going to start with ghost blowjobs. Thought it was hilarious. Love this movie. Own the Mezco 112 Collective figures of them. And Curtis, tell us about your Ghostbusters memorabilia. I'm kidding.
Yeah, to me, it's a perfectly done film. It's got the right amount of everything in it. It's, special effects, everything is good. It's great. It's one of my favorite movies of the decade. One of my favorite movies of all time, actually. And I got a question. I got a question for everybody, including the chat. If the chat would chime in, do you think Jeff Goldblum could play Egon?
I would say yes. I think he could pull that off.
I think he could too. But yeah, like, you know,
I mean, it would be a different, it wouldn't be Harold Ramis's Egon.
no.
But I do think Jeff Goldblum is weird enough to play that type of quirky scientist.
Yeah. Yeah,
Digital,
just,
you shook your head no. Does that mean you don't think he can pull it off?
Just can he pull off a quirky scientist? Yes, but I can't see anybody else but Harold Ramis playing this part.
that's what I thought too until I came across Jeff.
Even just thinking about it, no, it wouldn't be Egon.
Right.
It's not Egon without Harold Ramis.
It would be Jeff Goldblum being Jeff Goldblum.
Right.
Pretty much. He's like Kevin Costner. He's Jeff Goldblum in every movie that he's
Well,
in.
that's what Harold Ramis is. He's Harold Ramis in every, like, Stripes. He's the same character pretty much.
Yeah, I don't think I agree with that.
I do. I mean, he sounds and does everything the same, except he's not a scientist in that one. He's just a regular old dude. It's the same.
But he's smooth
It's
with
him.
the ladies. Like, he hooks up with the MP chick. Like, Egon's not smooth with the ladies.
Well, that's
Digital,
the
go ahead
writing.
and tell him how wrong he is with your
That's
opinion.
writing. But all right, yeah, somebody else's turn. I know there's more people. Anybody?
Well, I guess since nobody else is jumping in, I'll jump in.
Well, I
I'm gonna
said
tell you
digital.
something.
I told you. I said you were up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm having some headphone issues here off and on. It's just like going in and out. So, but let me tell you something. Busting makes me feel good, and I ain't afraid of no ghost. And I just made Huey Lewis like 20 cents. So, but
Ray Pocket
just-
Jr.
Well, no, there was a
no,
lawsuit.
Huey Lewis,
You're
because
right.
there was a big lawsuit about the song.
I want a new drug. I want a new drug. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh wow,
And
really?
Yeah.
Huey Lewis sued the crap out of him. See, they originally wanted him to do the Ghostbusters song, and he turned them down.
Right.
And the reason they wanted him to do it was because of, it's pretty much I Want a New Drug with different lyrics.
Mhm.
And
is.
so they went ahead and got Ray Parker Jr. to do the song, and Huey didn't like that too much, so they sued the crap out of him and won. So every time that song gets played somewhere or referenced somewhere, Huey Lewis is making some money off of it. So,
Good job.
but I mean, the cast in this is great, and this is, for me, this is Bill Murray when he was funny. After a certain point, I just don't find him funny anymore. And but at this point, he was still funny. He wasn't as full of himself as maybe he was by the time they got to the sequel. And and just the characters work well together. They mesh, even though they're all like the main three, Egon, Ray, and what's his name? Bill Murray.
Peter.
Yeah, Peter. They're all scientists and they need help, so they hired pretty much your everyman. And that's Winston, and he comes in there, he's like, I just want a damn job. I don't care what kind of crazy shit you guys are into. And then he sees some of the crazy shit, but he sticks with it. And and like I said, it's well written, it's well acted, and I couldn't see any other actors playing these folks. I mean, even as much as later on, like in Ghostbusters 2, you can tell Bill Murray is just pretty much doing it for a paycheck. He's not really that into it. And then even when they all four of them reprise their role for Ghostbusters the video game in what was it, 2014, 2016, something like that. His line delivery is so, I mean, you could just tell he's just sitting there reading it off a paper and doesn't give a crap. So, I mean, that's and let's not forget the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Peter, what did you do?
What did you do, Ray?
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Ray, what did you do? What did you do, Ray? I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it.
Town. He's just looking for a good time.
So
okay, somebody else can talk now.
That's cool. Well, you know, Huey did get his revenge on them stealing "I Want a New Drug" for the Ghostbusters song, because the next year, 1985, he wrote their first #1 hit, "The Power of Love," and it in for Back to the Future, and everything turned out the way it should be. And so good for Huey. And Eddie Murphy was supposed to be in Ghostbusters, and he didn't make it the filming for this because he was filming a little known film called Beverly Hills Cop. And so once again, things turned out the way they were supposed to. Would have been great. It would have been different, but I like that how it all turned out. And of course, everything turned out the way it should. Ghostbusters is a fun film. It's better than the second one. Second one's the weakest. Ghostbusters Afterlife was where they probably should have stopped with the old cast, and just they did a great send off to Harold Ramis in that, so perfect, and they should have just stopped there. But Ghostbusters, I don't think, is one of those things that in Hollywood everything has to be a franchise, and some films just need to be a film or two and just leave it at that. And I feel like Ghostbusters should have been left alone and just let it be the great thing it was for the time it was, and enjoy it. And we'll always enjoy the original Ghostbusters. It's a great, funny film. It's just a great ensemble cast. I love everybody in it, from all the side characters. Harold Ramis is great. Everybody in that is just fantastic. And that's all I have to say.
M3, why don't you tell us about the Twinkie? And then address the chat. I know you already said your piece on the movie. I'm just making a Twinkie joke.
Oh yeah, shout out Twinkies. Oh, sorry, forgive me. Heather, thank you for coming in. I know you're probably not here anymore. She always stops by and says hello. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate that. Okay. Rob78 is still here, and he's talking about the ghosty. Oh yeah. Hey, but me and Digital had a side chat going about and Curtis in their furry suits. Read the comments in the chat for yourself.
I saw that. I answered one of them. I said, "That's lies, man. I don't know what you're talking about."
Lies. Look, lies.
Lies.
Yeah, that's great, dude.
Well, one thing that's not a lie is that Ghostbusters is definitely a goat. But yeah, M3, go ahead on with the chat.
No, that's it. Oh, that's it. That was up in the chat. It was just Rob78, Heather, Digital, myself, fucking around, and then started.
All right. Then I guess we'll move on. Next on the list, The Terminator. Picked by Digital and myself, because everyone else is crazy.
The Terminator.
Ed, considering how much you love Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think you'd be angry at me if I didn't let you go first.
I still love you regardless. This is a great horror movie, and a lot of people don't look at this movie, but the Terminator from 1984 was a horror movie, and it was Stan Winston with help me out, K-Man. Am I getting the name right?
Yeah, Stan Winston did the
effects.
I don't know if he did all the effects, but he did like the Future War, and he designed the endoskeleton.
And did he also do American Werewolf in London, I think? Or am I thinking of someone else? On the effects, at least.
That one I don't know. You'll have to Google it.
Okay. But anyway, the effects in this were incredible. Does it, some of it look dated? Yeah, a little bit. And obviously the perfect film is the follow-up to this. But talk about two strong films. And I love everything Terminator. I'm like a Terminator super fan. So even the bad ones, I still can find things I love about them and different concepts and all that. But they'll never top T2. That's the perfect action film to this day in almost in any genre. It's one of the most perfect films in my belief. And the Terminator, it wouldn't be there without the Terminator. And so that's where it all began. And it's a fantastic movie. I never bet against James Cameron on anything he does. He is like George Lucas. He's always pushing the medium of filmmaking further and advancing the technology, but he had a solid story. And I tell you what we're going through in the rise of AI now and how it's becoming more and more predominant in our lives in a real way, we're starting to look back 40 years to Terminator and saying, I feel like they predicted this. So it's a fantastic film. And from that point on, I was a Schwarzenegger fan, a super fan and all that. So I love this film. Someone else.
I liked all the Terminator movies.
Yeah, I do too. Thank you, Curtis. You're a good man.
But they didn't make your list.
Yeah, I did make my list, but you know, it was hard. It could have easily.
That wasn't an invitation, man. You didn't pick it. You don't get to talk about it.
T2 should have made the list. It should be here, but that's okay.
Is this not to the 90s, dude?
Well, T2.
I know.
The next decade. So
I know. Sorry, I time traveled there.
That's not true.
About seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger butt naked in this film.
Oh, it's totally awesome. It was the best part of the movie. Just like, oh my gosh, look, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger's butt. I hadn't seen that since like Conan. Okay, maybe we didn't see his butt in Conan. I don't remember. But you know, this is just one of those movies that it was the right thing at the right time. And I don't know why Ed didn't touch more on like the behind the scenes stuff. You know, when they were filming Terminator, you know, they did what's referred to as guerrilla filmmaking because they didn't have permission to film at a lot of the places that they filmed. So they were did their filming and got out. Yeah. So, you know, I think that kind of adds to the look of the film as well. And, you know, this to me, you know, this is really Schwarzenegger's real start into the one-liners that he becomes so famous for in all of his movies. And, you know, he spoke more English in this movie than he did when he made Conan, but still, you know, there's a reason they didn't give him a whole lot of lines. One was because, you know, he's just a cold robot there to, you know, carry out his mission. But, you know, also the other reason that, you know, his accent was still a little bit heavy at that time, which, you know, goes on to be part of all the characters that he plays. And as far as the franchise goes, there's some movies in the franchise that I can take and some that I can leave out. I mean, Terminator 2, I can leave. 3 can stay out. I don't love that one. Salvation and Genesis I really enjoyed, and I think that movie gets a lot of crap because the trailer ruined the big surprise, and nobody was surprised by John Connor being the Terminator. I'm sorry, spoiler alert. But I'm sure if you saw the trailer, you already know. And, you know, I think that movie was spoiled, and that's why it gets such bad flack for it, because I think it was a good standalone kind of soft reboot of the franchise. But as far as this one goes, yeah, some of the effects and stuff are pretty dated. It was a really tight budget, but you know, that's not where this movie shines. It's in the story. And, you know, Ed said it was a horror film. I have to disagree on that part I think it's more of a thriller than it is a horror movie.
It's more of a thriller. Okay, I'll disagree with you.
Well, at least we can agree to disagree on that.
Yeah, I'm.
But that's
siding
how
with Ed on that.
I've always thought of this movie more as a thriller than
It's
you know,
definitely a
straight up
thriller.
horror movie. So, but
Yeah,
okay,
I'm
somebody else
siding with Ed
I-
on the
ask you,
on
Prophet.
that question. See, here's the thing: the Terminator is the perfect horror movie, unstoppable killer.
Right.
Right? Jason Voorhees never explains why. Like he, at least not until you're like 10 movies in or whatever, before they tell you why it is that he can't die, why he keeps getting up. There's no logical explanation for Michael Myers either. But with the Terminator,
You can't argue with
the
it.
future.
You
And
can't
he
reason
won't
with it.
stop until his programming is complete. It's
Right.
the perfect movie monster.
He
Sounds
is
like
You
the
don't have to worry
1988.
about its motivation, or you know what I mean. Like this is what it is. This is why it's here. You're invested. It's great. Such an amazing movie monster is the first Terminator,
Right.
which is why I say the Terminator 2 may be overall a better movie, but it's a different genre in my opinion.
right.
Terminator 2 is an action film. The Terminator is a sci-fi horror.
Right.
With very good thriller elements in it. And it definitely falls into the category of horror because of its monster, which is Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, you see,
Yeah.
like when he ruthlessly murders his her roommate and her boyfriend. When he just casually is like, Sarah Connor, and the old lady's like, yes, and he just guns her down right in front of her family. Like that's the kind of uncaring. This monster doesn't take any pleasure from it. He doesn't he just does it because that's what he's made to do. Perfect movie monster, the Terminator.
Prophet, if I could say,
And Arnold just killed it in this role. The pacing with which he follows, right? It makes it feel like a nightmare. They're running as fast as they can, and he's walking and keeping up. You know what I mean? It's like, it's that nightmare feeling of it. That's, to me, is why it definitely falls into horror. And it's definitely one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's best films, in my opinion. I actually am one of the few that like this one better than the second one. But this one hit me at a more developmental, age in my life, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, fantastic. And I believe M3, there's some information in the chat if you wouldn't mind addressing. While I go ahead and put the Terminator in almost a goat.
Yes. Looks like Digital Caveman says the T800 would kick the shit out of IG 68. IG 6. Let me put my glasses on. Good Lord. And then Curtis said Prophet made the Terminator sound like IG 88. Who's IG 88?
He's
He's
the robot
assassin
gun
droid.
center out of the Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
The one
yeah.
that's sitting on the Imperial Bridge when he
Right.
walks up to Boba Fett and says, "No disintegration."
Same as IG-11.
Right. If you ever played the video game Shadows of the Empire, IG-88 is definitely terrifying in that.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is. Very terrifying.
Okay.
But Rob78 asked us a question as well. Rob78, do you like T1 or T2 better? I already said I like T1 better. Ed already said T2.
Yeah, I think T2 is the better overall.
I like T1 better, but I can say T2 is a better film for
Yeah.
sure.
Right, like fundamentally, it's better, but I still like the first one.
Yeah.
Agreed.
M3,
Agreed.
first one?
No, T2.
Oh, T2. There you go. Yeah, so T2 wins out. Chime in the chat, guys. Rob also says T2. I'd imagine, Curtis, you and I are going to be alone.
Yeah. It actually goes T2, T3, T4, T5, then T1, in my opinion.
What?
You are insane.
Hey,
You don't have any cinematic credibility.
I like
Anyway,
it. I like
moving on.
Did he just say he loved Terminator 3?
even
Next
five.
on the list,
He
we've got,
liked Dark
picked
Fate.
by Bullwinkle and M3. Bullwinkle, of course, is not here. So M3, tell us about Kelly LeBrock in her underwear.
Man, okay, so everybody's saying because I didn't like
Yeah.
I didn't like Conan and I didn't pick this movie or that movie. If you don't fucking pick this fucking movie, I'm the only one here. Y'all are crazy. I'm surprised you're still my friends and shit. Fuck, man. This movie was the most fun. It made me laugh. The kids they chose to be in this have obliterated any of the iconic kids that the dude right there with the blonde haired kid, man, has been in other movies. Just great. Kelly LeBrock was not one of my favorite like models as a kid or anything like that, but she's very pretty and she did this. She did the scenes that she needed to do in here very well. I mean, she's like a big sister, but a slutty big sister, but a stepsister, one that gets stuck in the dryer sometimes, you know. Just absolutely amazing from the start to the finish. And these boys, Iron Man's in this motherfucker. You guys are like, oh, I don't know. God, there he is right there. That's great. Just a perfectly well-made movie, especially as Sweet 16 or 16 Candles came out. All the movies that came out in this time area with the comedy in this was great. Love it, 100%. Recommend it. And who doesn't want to leave out the doll? Not me. I'm hooking the doll up, man.
Yeah, you of all people, right? Now I know why this is on your list.
Hell yeah.
You know, his doll literally came to life and like,
Yes.
there you go.
But it's Megan.
And let's not forget,
When he doesn't
Bill
answer your
Paxton,
phone calls and stuff
played
like that,
a
you know that's what he's
sentient
doing.
pile of shit in this movie. Rest in peace, Bill Paxton.
Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
Next on the list. Oh, well, I'm sorry. This was picked by two. It is in the vicinity of Ghost. Next on the list, Back to the Future, picked by, I believe, everyone but Curtis.
What? Great Scott.
Great Scott.
Indeed.
That's heavy.
I'm going to start here just because I believe, you know, if someone asks me for an example of a perfect movie, this is the example I give. I mean, it's not perfect in terms of scientific, like, viability, mind you, but it is a perfectly structured movie, perfectly cast, perfectly acted. The pacing is perfect. The music, oh, God, the score of this film. One of the only, totally memorable scores on this list that isn't John Williams. It's incredible. This movie will never be repeated. They might try to remake it, but there's no reason to. They're just going to suffer by comparison. At the end of the day, Ed, tell us what you think, or Darth Vader will come down from the planet Vulcan and melt your brain.
Yeah, I saw a thing where they didn't put what was it, Eddie Van Halen's name, or they wanted to put Van Halen on there on the tape, that he puts in there, but they put like Eddie or whatever they put on there. I think kind of piggybacking off of what Prophet said, Back to the Future is a perfect film, and it may be the Back to the Future trilogy may be the perfect film trilogy. If it not, it's damn close. And no, this should never be remade. I agree. And Bob Gale and Robert Zemeckis, I think they have it in their will or whatever, or something that as long as they own the copyrights or their estates own the copyrights, that a remake will not be made of this. Fans are trying to float around a remake with Tom Holland, which could be interesting, but no, please don't touch it. Hollywood, stay away.
Not Tom Holland, no.
Not Tom Holland. But anyway, no one could top Doc Brown. And I forgot that. Help me out with the actor. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher Lloyd is perfect in this role. I cannot see him in anything without thinking of him as Doc Brown. I know he was great in other things, but still. Michael J. Fox, just his mannerisms, his acting, it's perfect. So the soundtrack is perfect. Everything about this is wonderful. The effects still hold up. The CGI in this still holds up. It's still believable. It gives you such a wholesome feeling, and the way they did the trilogy, and they filmed the second and the third ones in the trilogy back to back and released them in different years. It's so amazing how they can go back in the films when you get into the other ones. But for this film itself, it's just perfect. It's quintessential 80s. It's perfect. Thank you. Next.
Curtis, do you want to tell us why Eric Stoltz is inferior to Michael J. Fox?
Not really. No, I'm just kidding. I like this film. This is my favorite one of the three, and I'm not really big on the second one. But this one, it was perfect. It was a perfect film. The score, like you said, man, is just great, and it goes with the scenes perfectly. It's just a great film all the way around. Good family film, all that good stuff. So that's all I got to say about it.
Digital, how about you?
I think most everything's been said. I have to agree with what Curtis said, though, about I think that 2 is probably the weakest in the trilogy. It's definitely not my favorite. The first one here, it is my favorite of the 3.
Me too.
And it's the perfect story, the perfect casting, the perfect music. I mean, there's not much that you could really find wrong with this film, and I hope to God that they never remake it. I hope that Zemeckis estate holds on to the rights for this in perpetuity. And
Nice.
so I guess M3, is that you left?
Yeah, M3, take us out, man.
Oh, yes, man. Well, I'm surprised Curtis didn't mention the incest scene when the mom kissed the son.
Oh, that's you.
Hey,
I
that's
should have
just
left
mom.
you out, M3.
That's you.
I don't want to think about that part.
That's just mom returning the favor and throwing that tongue down that throat, man.
Oh my God.
Hey, no, but this
Man.
actually
Somebody cut his mic.
me and my mom and I love my mom a lot. She's
Whoa.
my mom was my best friend.
Oh, sorry, we're having technical difficulties.
We are definitely having technical difficulties.
My mom's awesome, and she really loves this movie. We watch this movie together. She'll remind me of it every once in a while, and I think it's very, very special. But we just like this movie. It's a great movie. That you cannot remake this. If they do, it'll be fine, I'm sure, but you can't. This one right here stands alone as Back to the Future. Lorraine, if she's not the hottest chick that they chose for this role, man, that was great. Shout out Howard. But this movie, it will always be one of my top tens, man. Great flick. Shout out Michael J. Fox.
Fantastic. Yeah, this movie's great. Chad, why don't you chime in what order you like these films? I mean, obviously this is number 1, but which do you think is better, parts 2 or part 3? Personally, I think part 3 is better. But this movie gets the full GOAT treatment today.
Cool.
Next on the list, Aliens. Picked by Digital, myself, and Curtis. Curtis, why don't you kick us off here?
Yeah, this movie, I think, was another example of a sequel that did really well. A lot more action, a lot more horror to me. It's a sci-fi action movie, basically, but I just remember seeing it at the drive-in. We were watching, I think, Back to School. Me and my family were at the drive-in. I turned around and I looked and I saw the android get ripped apart, and then he was still alive, and I didn't know what it was, an android. So then the following week we went and saw it, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, I was just awed by this movie. This movie, the special effects and everything. Another Bill Paxton movie. Hey man, what the fuck will you do? But you know, that's all I got to say about that. I'll let somebody else talk about it because there's a few other things.
Digital, do you think Burke deserved a harsher death?
Which one was Burke? Which one was Burke?
Burke was the one played by Paul Reiser.
Oh yeah, he definitely deserved it. Like, you know, the mouth shooting out thing in his rectal region. But you know, I think Curtis touched on some of the things I'd like to say about this movie. You know, this is another example of the sequel actually being better than the original movie. And in addition to that, it's like the Terminator franchise. The first one was a horror movie. Second one is an action movie. So, you know, two different genres there. And this is, out of the entire Alien franchise, this is the one. If you watch no other Alien movie in the franchise, you watch this one. This is the one. It wasn't Cameron's first rodeo, but this is the movie that put him on the map for Hollywood. Terminator showed he could make a movie. This one showed he could make a big movie. And he's been making big movies ever since. But, you know, Space Marines, robots, disgusting aliens, and, you know, I mean, what wasn't in this movie? Okay, they didn't have a Death Star, but, you know, and Rob 78 says Sigourney was absolutely great, and he's right. This is another movie.
Yeah.
You know, the you know the modern people like to call, there's no strong female leads. All you have to do is watch this movie, and you'll see one of the strongest female leads in all of cinema.
Agreed.
So, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Game over, man.
This movie's got some really good comedy in it too. You know, you know, obviously the whole thing with you know, Hudson yelling, "Oh, game over, man! What the fuck we gonna do now?" One of my favorite lines in the movie is like when Ripley says, "This little girl has survived here for 5 years by herself," or whatever. And Bill Paxton goes, "Well, we should put her in charge." Right? Or there's the one where he asks Vasquez, he says, "Vasquez, have you ever been mistaken for a man?" And she says, "No, have you?" Like, even when they're getting out of the cryo sleep, and the sergeant's like, "What, do you want me to get your slippers for you, Hudson?" Like, that would be great, Sergeant. You know what I mean? Like, Bill Paxton is a highlight of this film for sure. Rest in peace, Bill Paxton. But yeah, man, this is, in my opinion, the perfect blend of science fiction and horror and action, right? Like, it has a nice 33.3% of each of those things in it. And it's such a great balance that this movie stands the test of time very easily. Like, you know, you can say it's more, you know, it's a little more on the action, but I say these Space Marines are like, just, they have no chance here.
Zero.
Right? You're literally just waiting to see who the final girl is. So
Right.
I think it leads a little more on the horror than the action, just because, you know, the protagonist side has no chance whatsoever. You know, like campers at Crystal Lake. But yeah, this movie for me, fantastic. Obviously, I picked it. But it was also picked by two others, and therefore it is almost a GOAT.
Can I say something real quick?
Knock yourself out.
Yeah, like the actual alien creatures, how they're developed and stuff, like, you know, somebody's imagination, of course, but like if monsters or horror people or, you know, like any of the horror franchise, this is the one I would most fear is going against aliens. the xenomorphs, I'm sorry. The xenomorphs are to me the most terrifying thing in Hollywood history.
Oh, okay. I hear you.
There's a reason.
I don't
Predator's
know.
funny.
Have you seen Glenn Close in Fatal Attraction? That's pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
Any Whoopi Goldberg movie? Good lord.
Let's not go there. Anyways, next on the list, Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh,
Curtis, this is all you, my friend.
and one of my favorite movies. I watch it several times a year. I mean, several times a year. Me and my brothers, when I used to have to watch my brothers all the time, we'd sit down and watch this, and we all loved it. It's a great. It's not a well, I think it's well done, but not really well done, I guess is what I'm looking for. But it's
like a great
It's
B
a
movie.
great B movie.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, great B movie.
That's a great description, didn't
Yeah,
That's it, too.
and it's funny because like they're doing the Chinese thing, but it's all like Japanese lore, stuff like that. It's just great. It's funny. It's got lots of action. It's got good special effects. You got a great cast, Kurt Russell and what's her name?
Kim Cattrall.
Kim Cattrall. You know, it's just a great, fun movie. Anybody else want to say anything about it? Because I know
I enjoy
you
this movie. I enjoy this movie. I don't say I watch it every year or anything like that. Every 4 or 5 years I might pull it out and watch it, and I enjoy it every time that I watch it.
I like an Asian girl with green eyes.
Yeah, I like it too. Just I found 10 movies better in the decade. That's all.
Right.
M3, do you want to address the chat?
Oh yeah, Rob said, "I want to be ninja." Chop chop. Moto Viper said, "Drop your linen and start grinning." I found him. TKD Bar said, "Awesome, looking for that now." Because I put Sigourney Weaver shows some side panty bush, 1970s bush in the beginning when she just wakes up.
Yeah.
You don't want to make me angry. What's up, homie, man? I'm glad you're here, bro. He says space aliens, robots. Sounds like what's going on today. Yes, yes, yes. And then, of course, the classic TKD Bar. Game over, man. Fuck yeah.
Nice. Yeah, only Curtis had room, so it's not a goat, but very tasty. Next on the list, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Bueller.
Picked by Ed, M3, and Curtis.
Bueller.
Ed, you haven't got the chance to start for a while. Why don't you kick us off here?
It's a great
Make up for it.
movie. I don't have my shirt. I actually have a Ferris Bueller shirt. This is just it's a fun. I mean, when you're a teenager, like when I was growing up watching this, it's just a perfect escapist film. You want to do exactly have that one day like Ferris Bueller did, where he just kind of called out and checked out from reality with his two friends, and it's just perfect. It's a perfectly well done comedy. Matthew Broderick at his best, even better than War Games, and I loved War Games, but different kind of film. It's just a great comedy. It's a great escapist thing, and it's every teenager's like dream to have a day like Ferris did, and it's a perfectly fun film. I could watch it anytime.
My favorite part. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're fine. Oh yeah. When they do the twist and shout or
sorry.
with the
It's
car.
where
The car.
the sister kicked the principal like 3 times.
Yeah. And
He deserved
Sorry.
it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
Right,
I'm
right.
sorry.
No, you're
You
fine.
hear about
I
the
was done.
accident.
I was done. Yeah, but it's a great film. It's just awesome, and you got to stop and smell the roses, or you might miss something. And you're still here.
Curtis, did you know that the actors that played Ferris Bueller's parents on that movie got married after that role?
No, I did not know that.
I didn't know that.
Well, tell us what you did know about the film.
I know the girl on the bus has gummies in her pocket and they're nice and warm.
And from what I understand, the wheels on the bus go round and round.
Yes. Yeah, I love this movie. Another one. Funny, just the whole teenage thing. You relate to it, and this guy gets his best friend and his girlfriend. They go skip school, and he's pretending he's sick, and he's got a whole hookup on his stereo system for the phone and for when the door opens. It's great. It's it sounds off like he's snoring or sleeping or something, and stuff like that. It's funny. And then the whole principal dude who was in a chain of those movies for like 3 or 4 years. He's gonna bust Ferris Bueller, and he has a hard time doing it. It's great, and he tries to even break into the house, and his sister's there who wants him to get caught, but she gets scared by the principal and kicks him in the face like 3 times, like real fast, and screams.
Puts a baby in the corner.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen makes a appearance in it, at the police station, and it's a really fun movie. Really fun movie. Takes place in Chicago, and Ferris Bueller's best friend's wearing a Detroit Red Wings shirt. Touche. Okay, I'm good.
That's only because the Blackhawks sucked really, really bad at that time. M3, why don't you take us out and then address the chat?
All right, let me get off my chair here for. I recall Central Park in fall, how you tore your dress. What a mess.
Yes.
I confess.
Yes.
Fucking great, dude. Love that movie.
Shame.
Figured you'd remember the lyrics to the one where he tore the dress.
What's up, Moto Viper says the principal got fucked up throughout the movie. The dog, when he pokes his head through the doggy.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, yeah. Geek says great music in Ferris Bueller. Yeah, and You Don't Want to Make Me Angry said love, yellow song, chicka chicka baka. Yeah. Rob 78 shenanigans all day long, dude. Hell yeah. That's great.
And that was picked by 3 of you. So it's almost a GOAT. We haven't had a single baby GOAT. Not one movie picked by 4 people.
Baby GOAT.
Next up is Predator. Picked by Bull and Curtis. And since Bull isn't here, Curtis, get to the chopper, man.
Get to the chopper. Yeah, great movie, great cast, and it's usually like by the time this comes out, you notice these cast members are in like most of Arnold Schwarzenegger's movie. But yeah, a group of guys of commandos get sent down to pull out some hostages and out in the jungle of South America, and they go down there, and it was a setup because there was something else down there they wanted, and it ended up being the Predator. Spoiler alert, but I'm pretty sure everybody's seen it. It's a great movie, lots of action, great lines. I'm a damn sexual Tyrannosaurus. Stuff like that is just great. It's just Jesse Ventura in there too. It's great. Just great action, great lines. Introduces the Predator, which looked great. You never seen nothing like that before. And it's a suit. Great movie. Anybody else want to chime in on that one?
I'd like to give props to the score. All
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
With the, wood sounds and stuff. Like that score is perfection on this movie.
I got a hot take. I like Terminator. Predator 2 better.
You like Terminator?
I said Predator 2 better.
Yeah, that is a hot take.
Rest in peace, Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Bill Paxton. Yeah.
But this is a great film.
Peter
Yeah.
Quill.
Yeah, I love it. Just didn't have room. But Curtis and Bull did. So it's in the vicinity of goats. Next on the list, RoboCop, picked by Digital, M3, and myself. 3 people with amazing taste. I'm going to go ahead and start on RoboCop. The reason I'm starting is because right here in the trailer, it's one of my favorite bits in the film, where you get the perspective out of RoboCop's eyes during his entire transition from Alex Murphy to RoboCop. That to me, I thought was a brilliant shot. Great way to introduce the new character. The villains in this were diabolical. Red Foreman is far scarier in this than he is on that 70s show. Absolutely wonderful. Iconic. It's like the cinematography in this, it was almost cartoonish, but in the best possible way. You know, the score to me isn't that memorable as some of the other scores on the list tonight. You know, it's just kind of, you know, there. But you just gotta love killer robots, man. I'm gonna go ahead and let Digital take over.
I got to see it in the theater, and I did not see it until, you know, it was out on VHS. And I don't know how many of y'all went through this too, but for weeks after I saw this movie, I would go around moving like RoboCop and making the sounds as I was walking.
I did that with Terminator. I did that with Terminator.
So yeah, and you know, great villains in this movie. I mean, you know, I can't think of his name. Guy played Red Foreman. You know, he wants to put more up your ass than his foot in this movie. And let's not forget, he works for Dick Jones. Dick Jones. And bitches leave. So I'm
right. You know, well,
M3, I'll let you talk about it now.
You know, I will say, I want to say one more thing. Thanks to Nacelle Toys, we're getting in their 6-inch Star Trek line, we're getting a Ronnie Cox figure. He played Admiral something or other in Star Trek.
Captain.
And thanks to that, I'll finally have a Ronnie Cox head. Like, the guy was in so many movies back then. It's ridiculous. M3.
Yeah.
M3 works for Dick Jones too.
Yeah. Hey man,
Ronnie Cox is Dick Jones. Oh my God, he's a dick in both worlds. It's great.
This movie's so fucking cool, dude. I saw it in movie theaters when it came out. I was young. Oh no, excuse me. I saw standing in line. I saw the poster. This poster, exactly that poster, while I was gonna go see another movie, and that was out, right? And then my dad rented it on the VHS, brought it home, and hey, right away, there's titties in the first fucking 18 seconds of the intro of this movie, and it's the cop. It's a co-ed cop locker room, and they're showing this guy putting his bulletproof vest on it. She's got open titties, and she's going like this. That didn't bring me into it, but just for saying there are titties in this film, and to have this RoboCop and everything about him, dude. Alex Murphy, the worst way to die is getting dumped by toxic waste and getting splatted by your boss, dude. Fucking crazy, man. This movie was so nuts, dude. Ed 209. I have a Hot Toys Ed 209. I only have one RoboCop that just came out from NECA where it's got all when he gets fucking shot, dude. As a kid, the villains fucking get him in the down, and they just blast him. Blah blah blah. He's still alive. He's like sees his own hand get blasted off by a fucking shotgun, dude. Bah bah bah. Finds out when he wakes up, he's this fucking android robot. What would your brain do psychologically if you just fucking all you are is a pair of eyeballs, a brain, and a fucking spinal cord, dude? Lose the arm. We don't need it. They want this thing fully cyborg, dude. Amazing concept. It holds tight to with what might happen in the next 50 years. I'd say that, hey, if you die, we can still reprogram your brain and put you in this robot. But here's some limitations and shit. Crazy. They limit this. I love it. Perfect movie. One of my probably top 3, dude. Excellent. Thank you. Oh, and Moto Viper said, yeah, they made that fucking Ed 209 got his head popped off and shit with that big old 50 caliber fucking. Oh, dude, all them shits is great, Moto. Hell yeah. Thank you, Prophet.
Well, we all know that a robot's greatest weakness is stairs. And since there were titties in this movie, M3 would buy it for $1. And therefore, 3 of us picked it. And it is almost a GOAT. Next on the list, Coming to America.
Oh, yes.
It's, Curtis is the only one that found room on his list for this. Couldn't find room for Back to the Future, but found room for this. Go ahead, Curtis.
Yes, it's Eddie Murphy, man. Coming from Africa. The Prince, the royal penis is clean. Great comedy movie, especially at that time. You know, it does have a little link to Trading Places, which is great. But yeah, Eddie Murphy comes to America to find a bride, and he tries to be like a regular person. And he gets a job at the McDowell's restaurant, and it's just a whole good sketch comedy. You know, he does some starts doing characters where he puts makeup on, like the church guy. I forgot what the character's name was in that. But yeah, there's just a lot of good time to watch. You know, if you're feeling down, turn that frown upside down and watch this movie. You'll laugh. And rest in peace there, Mr. Jones, Earl Jones. He's in,
Daddy.
yeah. Oh, and Arsenio Hall's in it too. Yeah, it's just there's another one of the characters right there. Anybody else want to say anything about this? Since I was
if loving the Lord is wrong, I don't want to be right. Dude, she's my queen.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy played a lot of characters in that movie.
Oh, yeah. Great, dude.
But only Curtis found room for it. So it's not a GOAT, but very tasty. Next on the list, Batman. Picked by, everyone but M3.
What a loser.
So, let's see. Digital. Ed said that Superman was his favorite superhero, so you get to go first.
Dude. This man.
Digital.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was having some issues again. So, you know, after Superman 2, you know, we had Superman 3 and Superman 4, but we really didn't have another superhero movie until 1989. Not a real one anyway, with any meaning to it. And I'm not sure, you know, how much meaning you could put to this one. But what's not to love about this movie? I remember, you know, when they were talking about casting this movie and that they cast Michael Keaton as Batman, I was flabbergasted. I'm like, what in the hell are they doing casting Mr. Mom and the plant manager from Gung Ho as Batman? That's ridiculous. But it turns out I was mistaken, and I'm glad that I was. But we all know the star of this movie was Jack Nicholson. His name even comes first in the credits. And, you know, it's visually, you know, it was a new take on Batman visually. And, you know, it leaned heavily into the darkness that Batman had been known for, you know, originally, and then post like 86 and after Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns came out, Batman really leaned heavily into the darkness of the character, and this movie, I think, did that well for the time. You go back and watch it now. There's some parts of it that are kind of campy and kind of cheesy, but it's still a great film. And I really wish that with Batman Returns, the studio hadn't decided to just turn Burton completely loose to make that film. I'm sure in retrospect they wish they hadn't done that as well, because they had a lot of input on this movie, and it really kept Burton from going way out like he's kind of known to do. And that tempering of him, I think, is what made this a better movie than the other sequels in this series. But the highlight, of course, is Jack Nicholson. And M3, I knew you were a vicious bastard, but I'm glad you're dead. So I'll let somebody else talk about it, because
Kim Basinger's
rambled
the
long enough.
highlight of the film. What are you talking about?
Yeah, go ahead, Curtis. Tell us about Vicky Vale.
Vicky Vale.
I was, just in high school. This movie came out. Was a big Kim Basinger fan, so. But yeah, I had the same thing with the same question with Michael Keaton when they first announced it, that Digital was talking about, but glad I was wrong as well. He was really good as Batman, but I've never seen a Batman like this at that time, and I was just wowed. Great movie, great group of characters that they had in it. Soundtrack was very rememberable. It was, it's a Batman movie. It was great, fun to watch. Next person.
Yeah, I'll just touch on the what you said. The score for this movie by Danny Elfman is incredible, and that mixed in pretty well with that soundtrack by Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know Ed's like itching to talk about this film, so I'm gonna go ahead and just not say anymore and let Ed tell us about those wonderful toys.
Where does he get those
What's
wonderful
up,
toys? I tell you what, yeah, Christopher Reeve is Superman and Michael Keaton is Batman. And as much as Superman's my favorite, I know Batman is a badass, and nobody, and Kate Man's right. At the time, nobody thought Mr. Mom could be a good Batman. It didn't make any sense. So we were all wrong. Jack Nicholson was great as the Joker, a different kind of Joker than we're used to, but more the Cesar Romero-esque type of Joker. And he was, this film, like I always say, this film, and when it came out in 89, it was a dark film for the 80s. There are darker films, but the tone and everything of this film, and you kind of take things for granted. And this is one of those films I think we take for granted until you just watch it and you feel that world that Tim Burton beautifully created, not just with the visuals and the sets, the set design, but with the sound design. He does Danny Elfman's magical score on this, and an equally great soundtrack by Prince. I know Caveman's favorite's Party Man, and I do like that song on there. That's a great scene in the movie. And Jack Nicholson is such a great Joker. He's iconic in so many ways. He's an even better businessman for how he got, a percentage of the profits, a percentage of the merchandising, plus his salary. So this movie sustained him. If he never made another movie, he was still a rich man. But this movie is everything, and it still holds up. It's almost as good as Batman and Robin with the best Batman, George Clooney. I'm joking.
Okay. I'm gonna cut
Reach
that
through
off
the
right
internet
there
and
before it
slap
gets
you.
Crazy. And this movie obviously is a goat. M3, you want to address the chat before we move on?
Yeah, for sure. You don't want to make me angry. Just chimed in and says Mezco 89 Batman is a great figure. We have proof of that. You don't. So you are absolutely correct. It's amazing. Shout out Bullwinkle. He's got that shit. A lot of us do. I do not. But Doug Smith, what's up, Doug? Doug's here. What up, Doug? Nice to see you. Deadman1 said, "Sup, Doug." Motor Viper said, "I like Bob." Bob, you my number one.
Bob Lagoon.
Hell yeah, dude. And Rob 78, but it worked. Yes, the Joker. It absolutely worked. Rob 78's here. The only reason why this didn't make my top was because I can't see Michael Keaton as Batman. I can't see Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice. I can only see him as Mr. Mom, and it ruined me. But I love this movie. It was in my top 10 on our 80s, in the show.
On 89.
Mm-hmm. It was
right. All right. Well, moving on. Next on the list, last movie tonight, Christmas Vacation, picked by Bull, M3, and Curtis. Curtis, why don't you start us off, man?
Christmas Vacation is such a good Christmas movie. It's probably my favorite Christmas movie of all time. And I know it's Christmas. It is Christmas in July, so hey, I had to pick it. I watch it a few times a year. Every Christmas it's on, we watch it. It's on regular TV, we watch it, It's, the whole crew with the two kids with different actors. The whole entire thing you can relate to because it's like how families were back in the 80s. And it's just, great comedy. The dad tries to cover his entire house with lights and stuff. And it's a great movie. Anybody else want to say anything about it? I'm sure everybody.
Right, M3 gets your turn. M3, go right ahead.
Yeah, great. Randy Quaid, Dennis Quaid, Randy Quaid. Randy Quaid is fucking hilarious, dude. He's a big bulging man. Oh, dude, but from start to finish, I would watch this over The Christmas Story if I had the opportunity. It's one or the other. That scene right there where he goes to the mall and Russ is right there coming up. Oh, dude, I love this movie. It's 100% just factual fucking greatness for a Christmas movie. Anybody that hasn't seen it yet or doesn't like it, that's fine. But go watch it if you haven't seen it. It's so fucking good, dude. My everybody in my family loves this movie too. Nobody's like, the movie sucks. It's okay if it didn't make your top 10, but oh, dude, it's classic. Gosh dang, everything that happens is when you invite family over to your house for fucking anything.
Digital.
Shit's weird, man. And it's all your family and shit. Yeah. Oh, Sovereign Knight. What's up, Sovereign Knight? Good to see you. Glad you came in and said, what's up, man? You're on the road driving, but just a shout out to you, bro. Fucking. Yeah, the shitter is full, Digital Caveman. And all the music.
Right. Well, the shitter is full, but since it's the last movie, Digital, anything you want to add?
This one for the Christmas episode, and it's a great movie. A few years ago, I introduced my son to it, and he's dying to watch it by the time Christmas comes around every year now. So just it's one of those great movies. Probably, well, maybe not the last, but it's one of the last movies that I feel like Chevy Chase was actually funny in. Just my opinion. Your mileage, of course, may vary.
Ed, anything you'd like to add?
I agree with that statement. There's a point where Chevy Chase stopped being funny, and this is the last time for me he was funny as well. This movie's a classic. It's something you have. For me, it's like Scrooged. I have to watch it every year. So it's a wonderful funny film. That's all I had.
See, I would just add that I would argue that Chevy Chase was hilarious in Community, which was
never
long
watched that,
after
so-
this.
Yeah.
But only 3 people found room for it on their list, and therefore it is almost the GOAT. But that's our final screen there for the night, guys. That's the wrap up.
Oh, no
For
goats.
the
Huh?
decade. So movies that made S tier that who knows, maybe somewhere way down the line after we do the 90s and the 2000s, we'll do an all-time best, and it'll just be these and whatever's S ranked, for our final show of the 90s and the 2000s. You get where I'm going.
Wow.
Anyways, that's a long way off if it ever comes. Who knows? There might be an asteroid with our name on it. But yeah, that's it right there, guys. All these poor bastards down here feel like asses. But yeah.
Dude, you got that fucking car, man.
That's the end of the 80s, folks, all together for us. We've wrapped up an entire decade
Amazing.
worth of films. Some of the best, one of the best decades for movies, in my opinion, the 80s. It's going to be hard to top the S tier list from this. But we'll see. The 90s do have some pretty incredible movies.
They do.
Jurassic Park. The Disney Renaissance happened in the 90s. You got The Little Mermaid, The Lion King, all of those movies, Aladdin. That's a fat wad of movies that came out. The 90s do have quite a bit to offer. So we'll have to see. But that's good. We're going to take a couple of months off here. And we're going to do some Halloween bangers instead of the movie show until November. And then in November, we'll start with 1990.
Can I say something?
Great picture.
Absolutely.
Prophet.
I'm opening it to for everyone to, on the panel to comment. And then, Curtis, if you want to do the backstage, invite people from the chat in. Now's the time.
Hey, Curtis, I just want to take a look at this picture here that Prophet has up, and he would have had me driving, but I don't think I could reach the pedals, so he put me in the back. Okay.
But I'm blind, bro. I'm blind.
Yeah, that's what's great about it. That's the whole point of the image.
Holy shit, dude! I'm like, let's go. Fucking Prophet's like,
my head's like not animate. Like you guys are all like, yeah, and I'm just like stiff because I'm trying to squint and see the road.
Get to be the driver, Curse.
Hey, so now the 90s coming up, that's really, 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 really fucking interesting. There's gonna be a lot of fucking bad CGI coming in. Okay, they tried with computers and cinema. It didn't work out too well. I'll give it, for instance, Dreamscape. Okay, Dreamscape was one that was a good movie, had a good concept, but they threw in way too much CGI with it worked, but it didn't. And then Spawn, another one, great movie, but the CGI is just not there yet. Beast Wars, Transformers, Beast Wars, not there yet. Okay,
no.
So there's some
Prophet. I think we need to say that. Yeah, we're not doing the best of the 90s as the next show. We're going to be doing.
No, we're doing the year 1990.
Right, and we're built up to that.
Absolutely,
but the 90s are on the way.
It's coming soonish.
It is,
like, in 2 years
ish.
Okay, hey, I need everybody on the panel to watch the chat because it's Christmas in July, and I have a giveaway. And it's
fantastic.
This. And the first person to put in the chat to say what was the first movie on on tonight's stream that it was just me. The name of the movie. Put the name of the movie down.
Oh no, I don't even know, and I was here. Shit.
Rewind it.
I was taking notes, but I don't know.
Hey, and Curtis, what a good giveaway because it's a 1980s retro
Yeah.
pack, 2-pack.
And that is a fantastic set.
Yeah.
So if you want to know more about it, please go to my channel, youtube.com/@digitalcaveman with 2 N's, and check the review on that I did a while back.
There you go.
Last year.
Like, share, and
sometime.
subscribe.
It actually made my top 10 Masters of the Universe last year.
Oh, I know what it was, Curtis. It was motherfucking.
I don't say it. Let the
Oh, I
chat.
know what it was.
You can't
Nobody
win,
said
so
it.
hush.
Nobody has said it on
I
chat yet.
know. Hey, can I give a hint?
No hints.
No
No
hints.
hints, not right now.
Okay. Gosh dang it. I'm
Somebody-
gonna mute myself. Okay.
Somebody said Smurfs. Moto.
Curtis, why are we all the way to one side of the screen?
I'm trying to figure that out.
Operator era.
No, like I don't have nothing there. Like your thing's gone off the back thing, and
Just click on one of the little boxes.
Yeah. Hey, Sovereign Knight. Don't worry about it, Sovereign Knight. And don't try while you're driving to go back and get into to the rewind. But hey, Curtis, maybe you don't have to if it's not easy or hard. I don't know how it would be, but to redo Prophet's intro so everybody that came in late could see Prophet's intro, kind of be like an outro, but only if you want.
You guys want to see that again?
Fuck yeah, dude! I'll see that. I'll watch it tomorrow in the shower.
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Prophet on that. I love the AI. I was impressed. I remember you had I'd forgotten that you had shown us an early version of that a while back, and I was impressed then, and I was even more impressed now when I saw it, how you got the AI to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Curtis, because Curtis isn't real. I think Curtis is AI. Is that
I
correct?
already told you the show's about to start.
Yeah.
Why do you always have to call at the most inopportune times? Or whatever, I'm hanging up. Cobra Commander is a fool, and an irritating one at that. He's always interrupting me while I'm working. I honestly don't know why I even put up with him. I mean, seriously. I would love to just get rid of him, but his grandmother does supply quite a bit of funding. Either way, Cobra Commander, go fuck yourself. Ugh. Sorry about all that nonsense. After all, tonight we're here to celebrate. We've finished the entire decade of the 1980s, ranking our top 10 picks from each year individually. And now it's time to rank the decade as a whole. Damn it, my drink is empty. Why don't you guys just watch this intro video while I go get a refill?
The check is clean, dinosaur age. Doesn't matter, we leave a mark. Horror films rolling blood on screen. Years and beers, live in the scene. Splish of flame speed, terror supreme. Middle Age mavericks, live in the dream. Throwing guts, tales of dread. Reviewing till dawn, never repent. We are the beggars, howl at the night. Cold slither strikes, under the light. Fear and fun, we live for the fright. Bang your society, ready to fight.
And we're back. You know, it's been a lot of fun reliving all these 80s movies with my good friends here on the panel. And all of you nice people in the chat. M3, what do you think?
Hey, M3 Reviews? That's me. Check out my eggplant, motherfuckers.
Well said, my friend. Very articulate. And what about you, Sergeant Schultz? What did you think of the 80s? Hold on a second. Before you say anything, why don't you put your helmet on? For some reason, the AI software I used to animate us today said that your face was an ethics violation and wouldn't let me use the image. So yes, let's see the shiny helmet face instead.
Yeah, so about the 80s, and yeah, the 80s were kind of like Um, mm,
All right, moving on. Why don't we take a look at
yeah, Prophet, I didn't finish why you interrupted me.
well, by all means, please continue.
I was gonna say it was it was good, but you can let someone else talk.
Okay, moving on. As we ranked all of these films in their individual years, they already received a letter ranking between D and S. So today, since they already have a letter ranking, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. The categories will be greatest of all time, baby goats, almost a goat, in the vicinity of goats, not a goat, but so tasty, and don't you feel like an ass? The last category is for those films that managed to reach S tier in their own years, but didn't get a single vote tonight. Let us have a look at those films right now.
Bro, buddy. Oh,
Mr. Mom, there you go, Curtis.
fuck Mr. Mom.
I mean, M3.
Lost Boys, dude. That was hard not to
Scrooge, man.
Scrooge.
Somebody was going to pick Last
And with
Crusade.
that, it's time to start the show. I would like to thank every one of you who've come and checked us out while we did this. It's been a lot of fun, and I appreciate every single view you give us. Now, let's get started.
That's great, man.
All right,
That
Curtis.
is
Instead of me
fantastic,
removing it,
man.
I'm going to let you remove it so we can go. Maybe it'll bounce back to the regular screen.
That is so next level, Prof.
Yeah, hey, you don't want to make me angry, dude. Sergeant Schultz, dude, that's Mark Cosplay's voice, man. He said, "Oh, dude, I can't."
Yeah, Mark Cosplay has you down pat, Curtis.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not. I wasn't done.
I've been hearing it for like 2 years.
Is he going to do M3 next?
I'm
He
lame.
does a
dude.
lot. He does a lot of people pretty good, actually.
My voice is lame, dude. I got nothing iconic. Kurt's got an iconic voice. Prophet's got an iconic voice. Digital has an iconic voice. But sorry, Ed, me and you are just normies, okay? When it comes to voices,
Just normies.
we're normies, dude.
I don't like my voice. I think it sounds like Kermit.
It's awesome, bro. It's fucking awesome, dude.
Wait a minute, Curtis. You said you think you sound like Kermit the Frog. So let's hear your rendition of Someday We'll Find It, the Rainbow Connection.
Someday we'll find out the Rainbow Connection. I don't know.
Hell yeah, dude.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows?
Prophet.
Fucking Prophet's a hella good voiceover too. Hey, so is
Yeah.
TK Bar, man. Fucking
TK was last night was
TK Bar nailed Kid with the Kung Fu Grip last night. I thought we had two Kid with Kung Fu Grips on. I was
yeah.
like,
I was sitting there. I was looking around like, where's that coming from before you even get on there?
kudos TK Bar.
Curtis, did you check the chat to see if anyone got your movie yet?
I have not seen nothing. No, not the chin nuts.
I'm kind of surprised no one
Not
no
a
one
single
backed
thing.
up and took a look.
That's what I thought. That's why I was trying to give them time to at least do that. But
I know what it is. Can I type it in before Prophet does?
I mean, do you want the Prince Adam? I guess I don't think it's good to give that to someone on the panel, right?
right.
True. I'll save it for next time. Then I don't know. I have no idea, but I know what it is.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and just let Curtis say when and give the answer, and then we'll give a different question to people.
The first one, the answer is Big Trouble in Little China.
Yep. My hint was gonna be I want to be ninja, dude.
I want to be ninja.
What up, Cobra Clan? How you doing, man? Oh,
Well, we'll save it. We'll save it for the next time when we start Halloween bangers.
yeah.
It'll be
Okay.
added
There you
on.
go. There you go.
It'll be added on to the second thing I give away.
But yeah, Curtis, it's up to you if you want to throw the link in the chat, and we can go backstage. But yeah, the movie show's over. I hope everyone enjoyed it.
It was great. What was the time on that? 2 hours, basically 2 hours, 10 minutes, and we've been chatting for 10. Good. Thank you, Prophet. Man, I can't tell you thanks so many times, man, for just putting my little head in there and adding me into the somewhat, man. Makes me feel fucking important. And then when everything's set up the way you set it up, man, from the beginning to the end, and none of us talked over each other. There wasn't anything fucking. You handle everything really good, man. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, the intro video. I'm pretty proud of that intro video. It's
How long did it take you to do all that?
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
It took a little while. And I mean, not too terribly long. If I had to break it down to individual hours, I'd probably say maybe 9-10 hours.
Wow. It's impressive.
Like not all in one day, mind you. You know,
how are you going to top yourself when we start the 90s? Are you going to have like CGI? Something.
Well, I plan on doing the 90s, like all the individual. I'm just going to do something special for the decade roundup episode, like this.
Yeah, well, cool.
Cool beans.
But most of them will just be the normal.
Joined, or is he leaving?
Slides with the trailers and all that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just don't have time to that. You know, I don't have that extra 10 hours for each of these videos. You know what I mean?
Of course. It's a lot to put them on already.
Just task that out to Ed. He loves AI. Terminators are his favorite.
Oh yeah, I'm right. Go ahead and chip me. I'm ready to sell out the human race.
Hey,
have a good night, Rob.
Hey, night, Rob.
Hey,
Rob. Curtis, can I
later,
bring up? You don't want to make me angry. Says we could take this in two different ways. I'm grinding steak, but listening. Okay, wait. I want to listen to you grind steak. You don't want to make. What is happening when someone says I'm grinding steak? I could either picture a meat grinder that you're going like this with, and you're dropping in a nice T-bone or a ribeye and making some ground beef out of it, or I can see you actually getting the steak and grinding it.
Hey,
like grinding it.
My rental period has expired, and I'll be back.
Hey, M3, did he say it was a tube steak?
Hey, I got a technical question real quick for anybody that knows. I want to end the stream on my channel. Can I do that from here, or will it kick me out, or do I just need to leave the studio altogether?
No, I don't think you can just.
I have no idea.
You should be able just to stop it or whatever.
Okay.
You should still be on.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna. The only thing I can see here, it just says you are live. Going out to my channel, and it says edit or remove. But I don't know if I remove it. Does that remove it from my channel, or
wait? No. Are you leaving right now?
Yeah, I just want to cut off my channel, the live version, since the show's over.
Okay. So Curtis, once he shuts it off, everybody shuts off at
okay.
So if you want to wait 2 minutes.
Okay.
All right, guys. So if you want to jump in, and then we're gonna go backstage, and we're gonna end this episode of our 80s movies and the Prophet director's hard work and the little work that M3 does. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but Ed, I understand why you want to stop it on your channel. You don't want something like M3 rubbing a sirloin on his loins on your channel. I get that.
Not unless I get a super chat, but
yeah, Ed don't care about that, Prophet.
Queen